At 5 p.m., 2100 UTC, the center of Hurricane Sandy was located by an Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft and NOAA Doppler weather radars to be near latitude 38.8 north, longitude 74.4 west. Sandy is moving toward the west-northwest near 28 miles per hour. This general motion is expected to continue through this evening until landfall occurs. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 175 miles. Sustained winds to tropical storm force are occurring from southern New England through Long Island and Long Island Sound and southward along the coasts of New Jersey, Delaware, and eastern Virginia, and including all of the Chesapeake and Delaware bays.
Hi. I couldn't help but notice you were just standing here. You look a little lost. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm George. I'm from Disaster Relief. You know, sometimes things like this, they just leave us feeling overwhelmed.
My house is gone. My belongings are all gone.
So your house was one of those lost in the storm surge?
My dad was in construction for years and...
Excuse me, would you like to sit down?
He took what was just a shack and he turned it into this beautiful home with a porch out front. He loved it when I helped. He was always improving it somehow. My favorite memories as a child were helping him build that house.
So this wasn't just a house you lost. This was a home with some fond memories.
It's gone. Everything's gone. I mean, how am I supposed to come to terms with the fact that I have nothing?
I'm so sorry. Things like this are so difficult to understand. But you seem a little unsure right now in terms of where to go from here. And I'll help you the best I can. By the way, what should I call you?
My name's Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Well, Gene, as I said, my name is George, and I'm going to help you as best I can. But first things first, any physical injuries, anything that needs medical attention, how about just something to eat or drink?
No, I'm fine. Thank you. Why did this happen? I mean, why my house? If you look, my neighbor's house is completely untouched. So how's mine gone?
Doesn't seem fair, does it? Gina, perhaps if I can help you the best I possibly can, it would help to just get a sense of what you've been through. Maybe, can you just tell me what happened?
I was home when the storm hit. My neighbor called because she was worried that I was home. And because she kept insisting that I go to her house, I went. Mm-hmm. Because at the time I was convinced that nothing could happen to my house. So I waited with my neighbor and her husband in their home. We ended up having some drinks to pass the time and lift our spirits. We really had no clue what was happening to the rest of the houses in the neighborhood until we heard what sounded like waves and then wood snapping. I went to the window and I watched as a tree came down on my house and it crushed it completely. Then I watched as the water washed away what was left of my home. After that, I shut down. I just stood for a long time looking at the spot where my house had been.
We spend our whole lives trying to control the things around us. And then nature comes along and in a heartbeat reminds us we're not in control. I've been to a lot of disasters in my life, and I'll tell you, each one leaves me feeling humbled.
Well, it humbled me when I took my home.
Speaking of your home,
We need to find a place for you to stay. Where have you been staying since the storm surge?
Oh, thanks. But I'm staying with my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
She has a house about 20 minutes away. She lives by herself, so she's enjoying the company. She said I can stay as long as I want.
Gina seems pretty animated and task-focused. She seems ready and even eager to return to her home and look through the remains for her personal effects.
so it sounds like you're going to go back to the home site. And my sense is that that's going to take a lot of energy. How are you feeling?
Well, I think I was in shock at first. And then I got mad. Because why is my house gone and my neighbor's fine?
Right.
But coming back and seeing, even talking with you, I mean, it's been really helpful. It's really nice to have someone here. It helps me feel less depressed.
Depression's a fairly common reaction to situations like this. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's okay. So can you tell me what depression feels like for you?
No, of course it's common. I mean, there must be a lot of people around here who are depressed, right? After losing everything they have, how are you supposed to feel?
But just because it's common doesn't mean it's okay, and people experience depression in different ways, so I'm curious as to how you're experiencing it.
Sad. Empty, I guess. Like something's missing.
So an empty, hollow kind of feeling. Any physical reactions? How's your sleep? How's your appetite?
I'm eating fine. My aunt's feeding me. She says I need all the energy I can get. And, you know, it's strange, but I'm sleeping pretty well, too. Same as usual. You know, I'm an optimist, so I know this will pass. It's just like that song. The sun will come out tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. It's just hard right now. But I really just feel like I need to get back to my house and see what I can save. I mean, I feel like it'll help me feel better and like I'm doing something to help myself.
Gina seems to be pretty upset and is probably experiencing some mild depression related to her loss. But she seems eager to begin gathering her personal effects from her former home.
Okay. So it sounds like you're ready to go back to the site and save what you can. Gina, keep in mind that what you're going through is tough. It's unusual. It doesn't happen every day, and that's a good thing. It's okay to feel sad. It's a normal reaction. When you go back and you're looking through what's left, don't be surprised if sadness comes over you. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden you just start crying. You said something was missing, and it is. But you also said you're an optimist. That's a good thing. Optimists do better in situations like this. Someone once said, optimists have a reason to get up every morning. Pessimists, not so much.
Well, that's really true.
You also said that you're staying with your aunt and you have a place to stay, and that's really important. Relying on other people, it's okay. It's not a sign of weakness. It's what we do. Speaking of which, what can I do for you right now?
No, nothing. Thank you. It's been really helpful talking with you. I think really now I just need to get to work and go see what I can save from my house.
Well, I'm happy to be of any assistance I can, so I hope you'll reach out to me. Let me help.
Thanks.
Well, Gina, I will be around. Would it be okay if I just check in with you just to see how you're doing?
Sure.
Hey, I've got an idea. How about if we swap phone numbers and I can give you a call? Maybe tomorrow about this time? Would that be okay? Would that work for you?
Sure. That's great.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Hey, Gina.
Hey, George.
How's it going? Hey, why don't you sit down and tell me what's going on?
Well, I've found a few of my things. That's what you mean.
But the more that I look for these things, the more I start feeling like that's just all they really are. You know, things. So I find something, and maybe no matter how small it is, if it's mine or my mother's, and I get really excited. But then that feeling, it goes away really quickly. So I keep looking, and I find something else, and I feel something for a moment, and I put it in a box. But for what? I mean, I'm not upset about losing my stuff.
Sounds like there have been some real ups and downs, Gina. And my guess is there are going to be some more. But as you look back on this, what do you think the worst part of it's been, at least so far?
I've lost memories. I've lost a part of my life. I lost the people who were in it. I mean, I can rebuild a house, and the insurance company's been very helpful. I can buy new stuff, but the ones I lost, it's like they were keeping a moment alive. And without those things tying me to those moments, I'm worried that I'll end up forgetting.
So the worst part is the fear of losing the memories. Well, memories are important. Losing those memories is frightening, I'm sure. And I want you to keep searching for those things. Search as long and hard as you want. But I'd like you to think about something. Memories aren't in the things. All those precious memories are with you. They're in your mind, they're in your heart. And you take them with you wherever you go and wherever you go. And they can be back with you whenever you want. Does that make any sense? Hey, I've been assigned someplace else, so I'll be leaving. But I'd like to leave you with some contact information, a phone number, contact person, and a local counseling center. And you may need them in the future, you may not. But I think it would be a good idea to just reach out to them in maybe a week or so. You know, it's sometimes really helpful to just talk about things. And just have somebody listen. With no expectation that they're going to solve your problems. But just have an ear, a friendly ear. And if you don't mind, I'd like to reach out to you in about a week and just touch base. Would that be okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's going to get better.